In this video, I am talking about Geoffrey Chaucer. He was born on 1340 and 1400 in London, son of a winemaker. He married Philippa Roig. He was a courtier, diplomat, philosopher, poet, civil servant, and he lived during the reign of Edward III, Richard II, Henry IV, and he is a patron of John of Gaunt. He was influenced by Dante and Boccaccio. He was the first writer to be buried in Poet Corner in Westminster Abbey. He was the first poet of national importance, known as Morning Star of Renaissance. He was the father of English literature and father of English poetry, called by John Dryden. He was introduced rhyme royal, also Chaucerian stanza. Scheme is ABABBCC and heroic couplet. He used East Midland dialect. Chaucer's career can be divided into three: French, Latin, English. Earlier French includes Roman of the Rose, Book of the Dutch, and ABC. Latin period include House of Fame, Parliament of Falls, Consolation of Philosophy, Troilus and Cressida, and Legend of Good Woman. English period will include Canterbury Tales. His other poem is Lake of Steadfastness, an ABC, Complaint of Chaucer to his empty purse, and Elida Arcadia, Complaint of Venus, Complaint of Mars. His other works are Treatise on Astrolabe and Boethius' Consolation of the Rose is a translation of French allegorical poem Le Roman de la Rose by Guillaume de Loris and Jean de Meun. It is a dream allegory in octosyllabic. The poem is a dream vision and tells the story of a lover cursed to win a rose which represents his beloved. The work is Book of the Duchess, written on 1368 and 1372. Chaucer's first dream vision and narrative poem. It is a elegy on the death of Blanche, wife of John Gaunt. It is a dream allegory, octosyllabic couplet, and a long prologue and John Lydgate complaint of blackness is based on this. In this poem, the poet falls asleep on reading Ovid. Tragic story of Queen Alcyone. It is a myth of Ceyx and Alcyone. The poem explores the theme of love, loss, and mourning. The narrator falls asleep and enters a dream where he encounters a black knight who is mourning the death of his beloved. The knight recounts how he loved and loved by an idealized woman named White, who eventually died, leaving him inconsolable. The work is House of Fame. It is an unfinished dream allegory in 3 books. It contains 2150 lines. It is in octosyllabic rhyme royal, and it had influence of Ovid, Virgil, and Dante Divine Comedy. It is a parody of Dante Divine Comedy. Lydgate Temple of Glass and Alexander Pope Temple of Fame based on this. It is an unfinished dream vision where the poet or the narrator falls asleep on December 10th, and he finds himself in a grand glass temple filled with images of famous figures, and he was guided by a magnificent eagle sent by Jupiter. First he arrived at the Temple of Famous, then Temple of Rumors. Was written on 1370. It is a dream allegory in 3 parts, 7 lines stanza and rhyme royal and rhyme scheme is ABABBCC. Had inspired from Boccaccio Cressida. It is an allegory on the betrothal of Richard II with Anne of Bohemia. The narrator reads Cicero's dream of Scipio and fall asleep. Was guided by Scipio to walled garden. A lot of birds had a debate Valentine's Day. Central conflict is the courtship of eagle, female eagle by 3 male eagles. Present political figures like Richard II. Also other debate by other birds like falcon, turtle, dove, duck, and goose. Written on 1388, it's epic poetry. It is long as complete poem. Had 5 books, rhyme royal, and it was dedicated to cover model on Boccaccio Philostrato. It had courtly romance. It set during Trojan War. Robert Henry sent a testimony of Cressida, and Shakespeare's Troilus and Cressida based on this. It's a tragic love story of Trojan prince Troilus and the Trojan noblewoman Cressida, who is a widow of Pandarus. They both fell in love, but Cressida is sent to the Greek camp and fall for Demode, betraying Troilus. Heartbroken, Troilus dies in a battle. Good Woman written on 1389, first significant work in English to use the iambic pentameter or decasyllabic couplet. Heroic couplet ഉണ്ട്. പിന്നെ plan to tell 90 tales, but it finished, so it is incomplete. Chaucer is punished by God of Love for writing unfaithful women. To make amends, he writes stories of praising faithful and virtuous women from history and myth, such as Cleopatra, Thisbe, Dido, and Alcestia. The poem celebrates women's loyalty, love, and sacrifices.